Hi Libra, it's good to see you again. Hopefully you've had an amazing Sagittarius month in December and we are back now for the deets on January 2019, Capricorn season. So some of you may have Capricorn in your chart or may know a Capricorn or you just may be curious as to what kind of energy the month holds for you. This is a general reading, of course, for all Librans. I myself am a Libra. If you don't know me, my name is Chandler Christine. And I'm here monthly giving you guys some general advice for the month. I do offer personal readings. If you'd like to visit my website, I'll link the description, or I'll link the website in the description box below. Yes, what else? Don't forget to like and subscribe if this reading resonates with you, of course, and share with your Libra friends. I will have more variety in my readings in the coming year. I wanted to get it out at the first of the month this January, but that doesn't seem like it's going to be happening. So maybe in February I'll have some more variety for you as far as readings, definitely some different price points, though I've been trying to accommodate all my clients through my readings as I have now. They're just going to be a little bit more specific. It's going to be a little bit more fun, a little bit more esoteric for those of you who are into that. And yeah, so let's get going on your reading. I hope you guys have had an amazing December. Let's see what January holds for you, Libra. Okay, we're going to shuffle like this today. I was going to pull the cards, but something at the last minute said, nope. Okay, so this is a good card for you, Libra, actually. This is the Six of Swords, and where we see this is a bit of alchemy happening. Maybe in some legal situation. We're not going to dig too far into these cards as of yet. We're going to pull the bulk of the reading. As you may know, if you've seen some of my readings, if you're new to my channel, this is all energy. And then later on, if you still resonate with the energy and you would like to know more specifically how this may manifest in your life, we'll always go into the clarity. Another six? Count your blessings, Libra. Count your blessings. Okay, so we have a Six of Earth, Six of Fire. Something on the home front and family arena is definitely renewing. Okay, and this could be very well a partnership. We have Journey. Okay, so the two of you may be coming together. You could also be falling apart. Okay, so we'll see what kind of ending and new beginning this is. But with Journey, we always have a remarkable perspective over where we've come and how far we've come. So the Mother, you are definitely birthing something new this month. This is a Capricornian energy at its finest for any feminine energy that is wishing to create something. Okay, so this is groundedness. This is having that vision of the future, just as Capricorns are so good at. And then having those breakdowns of the steps, of the logical or methodical ways of achieving, that higher vision, those aspirations that you are wanting to see come to fruition. This may be a big month for you. We have Seven of Water. Okay, so this remarks upon some emotional breakthrough. This remarks upon something like a release or a surrender. And I will say that I had a meditation last night directed toward the Libran energy, and of course this involves me too. And it really spoke to me personally, so maybe I'll share that with you through the reading, but it was such a release as I felt it. So intuition, your intuition is very strong right now because you have the highest high of insights, sometimes even through the signs. We are able to reach those heights of mental capacity, but then if we don't have that grounding, we kind of get thrown around with the wind. Your intuition is really strong right now because there's a sense of knowing coming through the Capricornian energy. Love. Okay, we have love. Great news. We have the Mother and love coming through, which don't come through in one reading all the time. They are actually very rare. When I see love, it's very distinctive to someone watching or someone out there, or the energy specifically for you to say, hey, there is a renewal in love. There's an alchemy in love. There's something happening with your partnerships, with your relationship dynamics, with either home and family, or an openness to love in general. Where we see this loving energy coming through, maybe a Venusian, a Venus energy, which is, again, Libra's ruling planet. Okay, knowledge. A lot of us are expanding our knowledge bases because of Jupiter being in Sagittarius. We've been excited about this for 1 month, in December in Sagittarius season. There's been a lot of clarity through this season. But then again, we're just beginning this chapter in our lives. Where Jupiter is in Sagittarius for the next year, we are just now beginning to feel that oomph. We are just now beginning to feel that placeholder in our life for renewed education or higher education. It seems as though, some of you could be regarded as a master, a wise person, at the pinnacle of your game. With these high aspirations, you're really feeling inspired to continue this progress and to continue this success. There is a pinnacle, though, right? There's always a pinnacle of success where then you have to learn more. You have to expand your knowledge base. The scribe. Okay, so that's a very suiting card for any Libra, as we generally have so many thoughts and, we're projecting our vision so far into the future that it really helps to write it down. It really helps to manifest it as a goal that you can look at again and again, and it can be outside of your mind. That's just what I'm getting from this card, but of course this is going to manifest in some beautiful way. Some of you may be writers or artists incorporating, I'm hearing hieroglyphs or even petroglyphs, something like that, where it's ancient and you're incorporating it into your words, you're incorporating it into, the scribe is someone who is an ancient appointed individual. And I think I may have gone over this with you guys before, but for those of you who are new and watching, the scribe was an appointed person to be the person to scribe the one most important book in all of time, at least at this point in time, the Bible, where they had to be of high standing and to have this kind of responsibility. But then it also includes technology. So this could have some resonance with Mercury being direct, where we see full speed ahead as far as technology and communication. There may be some evolution to how you've been doing things. Even the words you've been saying, the way you've been expressing yourself. As a scribe is outdated by newer technology. Once the printing press came out, the scribe was no longer needed. They no longer needed to rely on one person's hand. They could do it over and over again every day. So that's one kind of aspect to the scribe, as we see that there may be some evolution to your work that's really needing some attention and some revision as technology seems to enter your life in a new and profound way. You're going to want to learn about the ways that are entering your life. You're going to want to learn about the ways to communicate this, to get your word out. Oh, we have a choice point. Okay, so I just shook in my boots. It's like, yeah, all right, Libra, we sometimes get a little like here and there with choices, especially with this card. It seems as though this card has been coming up to you almost monthly, where you could be facing choice after choice, because your life is expanding so much that you are literally having to like shuffle things out as soon as you move forward. Just like you can't move forward with the other things that are distracting you, or the things that are taking your time away from what you really want to do. You may be overwhelmed or bogged down with a lot of the responsibility that you have this coming month in January. But because of your high aspirations, because of the motivation you feel, and because of the groundedness that you have, I think you're really able to figure out what exactly you need to do. Is there anything else for Libra? Union. So some of us are really, really taking this to heart, okay? This is not like this mental, airy, confused, distracted month. You have so much vision. But this vision is so clear based off of the support that you are getting from the universe and from the people surrounding you specifically. this is not clarified at all, so I hesitate to go any further, but I'm getting a lot of insights. I'm getting like this urgency feeling that you need to realize this, that this needs to come to the forefront of your mind, and that you need to accept this. So accepting and surrendering is definitely coming up very strongly for you. Which no surprise, because that's just how you make the best decisions, when you're fully surrendered. So we have the 7 of air. Okay, wow. This is really strong, as to say what you have been learning, what you have been birthing, what you have been cultivating or creating. You're going to have this phase of knowledge that's being acquired. You're going to have this phase of experience and all of these different life lessons and all this alchemy that's coming into your life to then help you understand, and maybe to the point of digesting it, so that you can then regurgitate it almost in a much more graceful way, hopefully, to be the ideal words or to be the ideal knowledge that you wish to share. Right? This is something that's coming to you for you to use. This is not just information so that you can like be happier, or, you know, it's like, that's nice and stuff. But I feel that this is very much a career. This is very much an insight to your life purpose, you know, your life path. Nonetheless, we do have journey, love, the mother, knowledge, union, choice, the scribe, intuition. I mean, really, Libra, this is like a lot. It's good. It's really good. I think what these energies are bringing are definitely a lot of balance, okay, because your life in December has been really unbalanced. It's been chaotic, to say the least. But one thing that you have realized is that the people around to support you and the people who are truly there stick out this time. You know, they stick out this time of year. They stick out to you in retrospect, who's been there for you, who's, you know, really helped you lay those bricks, that foundation. Those people are going to get more recognition this month, firstly, because you're going to really have to rely on them more, even so, to help this momentum, you know, move forward. But then also, you know, outside of relationships and outside of those people who have been assisting you, you are really taking a hands-on approach to what you want to do. And it feels like it's okay to do that. It feels like the universe is saying, yes, please do this. Please recognize how you have been holding yourself back. But it's not so much about that, because that's what December was about. That's what December showed you, is exactly how you were holding yourself back. And it got messy because of that. This month in January, this is a new year. There's new goals. There's new standards. And there's new priorities, you know, as far as responsibilities go. And you're just really willing, able to move forward in a very trusting way. And it's something that your intuition is validating for you every step of the way. I mean, you're going to probably go through the day and hear an expression on the radio, and then someone says it to you, you know, 2 hours later in a conversation. You know, it's immediate validation that way. And I think not only is the universe, you know, showing you that because you need a little bit more validation, but it's also so that you can show others how the universe has worked for you eventually. You know, this is something of a gift, you know, to say, this is a gift of yours. Let me show you how good you are at it, so you can be a little bit more confident as well. Knowledge, the scribe, choice, union, and 7 of air. Knowledge, okay? I'm just going to go a little bit deeper into this because my intuition is telling me, let's really look at the energy here. We have knowledge, the scribe, choice, union, 7 of air. This is telling me here your mind is going to be a sponge. It's going to be a sponge. There's going to be some really esoteric, some spiritual, some enlightening insights, downloads, intuition, dreams. This is coming from more of a Piscean, kind of ethereal spaciness, you know, that is going to be teaching you, okay? So it's good to be patient. It's good to be open with this kind of energy because, you know, again, you have to know You have to know that this is how the universe is communicating with you in order to really hear and to do what it's asking you to do. So remain open, be patient, because these things are going to be falling into place. This energy is very malleable. You know, I'm almost seeing like a Play-Doh, like you can kind of stretch it out and then you can smush it and play with it, you know? But then with knowledge, you're going to really be put to the test, you know, maybe even quite literally, like put to the test where your knowledge base is maybe exceeded, or your, what are they saying? Like my guides are telling me like your capacity has been reached, and there's going to be either someone who asks you to do something outside of your typical criteria. There's going to be, you know, a situation where you're asked to do something outside of the norm. And this is how you acquire this knowledge, through experience. You know, you might have to put yourself into that situation. You might have to put yourself out there in order for you to learn something very profound. And with this profound lesson, you get to put away some of the doubts and insecurities of that which you had before, which are then the resting place, right, of those self-sabotaging habitual patterns that really were acknowledged in December. They're really being put to the test this month. So are you about what you talk about? You know, are you just talk, or can you do it? Can you walk the walk? And another profound lesson I think that's going to be coming to you this month is not only through education and higher learning, but really how you work, how you really best learn, how you best work. And that's maybe through experience. That's maybe a hands-on approach. I've been thinking and feeling that you're very hands-on this month. So you might have to dive in there. You might have to get dirty. But the point of it is not to work more. It's to work smarter, not harder. Work smarter, not harder. This is where your knowledge comes in. This is where the scribe comes in. This is where choice comes in. Where you are faced with a decision, okay? But it's a subtle one. It's how you can apply what you've learned, and how it can be meaningful, though it may be simple. Union and Seven of Air. So this is talking about love. This is talking about journey. This is talking about that Six of Earth. This is talking about the Six of Swords. Very interesting energy. I don't want to get too much further into it. I don't want to get stuck on elements or signs. I feel that this energy is very strong for you. You definitely are cultivating something that will make you a master of sorts. You know, it'll put you at the top of your game, the top of your mind. Your, you know, crown chakra, your third eye, your throat chakra are getting a lot of downloads this month. There's a lot of reason behind what you say, what you see, what you are. And then it's really coupled nicely because this Capricornian energy is grounding you. It's taking you down. It's taking you to the roots. You're making something long-term with this month. Not only this month, right, because we have the new year. We have this beautiful year to look forward to. And though this may be a big pill to swallow, at least this month, it's revealing some of the things that you will, in fact, be mastering this year. So I'm going to turn the camera down. We can see all of the cards here. And we're going to get going on your clarity cards. Let me just shuffle one more time. We still are in Sagittarius season. So you may be feeling this fire, right? And we start the month off on the Six of Swords, which is fire. You know, fire and air energy, where we tend to fuel each other. If you wanted alchemy this month, you got it. If you want clarity this month, you got it. If you want resolution this month, you got it. Once January starts, you're going to be feeling really good because those attachments and those barriers, that resistance is no longer going to be there. Okay, it's not going to be there in the same way that it was there before. You are now taking those barriers, putting them on your shoulders, and carrying them with you to do your work anyways. Even if you feel burdened, your responsibilities are taking precedence over the struggle, where we've been maybe in a struggle mindset in the past couple months. This is about counting your blessings. This is about looking at the opportunities like they are worth more to you now. They are worth more to you to struggle through potentially than to ignore and take the easy route. So Knight of Pentacles. This is a very Taurus energy, though it could be a Capricornian energy as we enter the the season of Capricorn. On December 21st, December 21st, the sun moves into Capricorn, and we see a steadfastness. We see something that has already been alchemized and clarified, now being put to the test. Now really you see for yourself how far you've come. And you can see this in physical form, right? There may be some money that comes to you in the beginning of the month. You're counting your money. You're focusing on your money. You're focusing on what you have to do to make the money even more clearly, right? What you have to do to make that money. Okay, there has been alchemy over the resistance. We see that. There's been alchemy over the feud that's been going on, the distractions or the confusion. There's clarity. Now your words are heard. This Taurus or Capricornian energy is helping you ground those thoughts. And you may be doing it solo, right? You may be doing this by yourself, for yourself, independent. And one of the things that I think is very beautiful about Capricorn is they are such a dependable, such a practical, such a self-sufficient sign that at the end of the day, whatever you want in your life, whatever this coin is for you, whatever this beautiful, end goal is for you, you realize you have to do it. You can't rely on anyone else. Maybe it's this reliance upon others that is really having a toll on you and your character this month. And I wouldn't say toll in a negative way, because I think it's really influencing you in a positive way. But it has to take a toll. It has to distract you. It has to confuse you in the months prior, so that you can have the clarity, so you can have the alchemy, so you can have the strength to move forward, maybe with some of the burdens, knowing that you're going to work smarter, not harder. One of the things the mother does is she works smarter, not harder. She doesn't have to tell the baby inside her to grow a leg when it's time to grow a leg, or to evolve when it's time to evolve, or to nourish itself when it's time to nourish itself. She simply nourishes herself, make sure she is in a safe place, and continues to be responsible with her life, herself, and her health. And the baby, the creation inside, manifests over time as she goes, right? As she prepares herself, so does the baby. And this is a great manifestation for you to see that you don't have to know exactly the steps to what you're trying to achieve this month. Just continue to be self-sufficient, continue to be dependable, strong, have a strong work ethic, and release the resistance. There will be some restrictions put in place, but for the better. As I say restrictions, we have death in reverse, okay? As well as Six of Wands and the King of Wands in reverse. So let's see here. Death to what? Death to reliance on others. Death to what? Death to your perspective. Maybe there has been an element of victimhood. Maybe you haven't been seeing yourself as the victor as you should be. Maybe this prior year was a year of lack of direction. Maybe I had so many things going. This is something to say about your journey being a long one, right? The journey that is consisted of black and white is now making sense. Death is in reverse because it is the black part. It is the dark. It is the shadowy aspect that is very intense and maybe unwanted at times. The challenges that have gone on through 2018. where you yourself, out of all of these distractions, out of all of the chaos, have come out triumphantly, holding your wands of aspiration, of focus, of drive, of determination to be heralded at the gates for your success. But it's not the end, is it? It is not the end. And if you consider this the end, you're wrong. Because death is in reverse over circumstances that were against you then. There will still be adversity to come. This is your journey. Where there has been lack of direction, you really need to find this direction. You really need to find this passion that is calling you and pay it much more attention, right? Because as this journey unfolds for you, you're going to see what kind of things were a waste of your time. And this was even intuitionally discussed in the beginning as far as the people surrounding you, the people who have always been there, the people who have always supported you, who have, instead of the people that come out of the shadows. This is a scorpionic energy. This is a Leo energy. This is the Taurus energy. Though I don't want to be stuck on signs because this is all energy. It can manifest in very many ways. Characteristics are even more important than signs sometimes, right? So that intensity, that desire, right? The desire to have direction and to succeed, but then your self-sabotaging habitual patterns creeping up to keep you from leaving what is needing to be left behind in order to birth something new. This is not going to happen within this year. Some of you are still kind of going back and forth with yourself as to what you want to create, what this year will mean for you. What is 2019? 2019 is an 11 year. It is something of a feminine energy. Though it talks of karmic mastery, it talks about reaching a pinnacle of success, it talks about ascension, it talks about some serious leveling up, okay? And this is not to be taken lightly, and I'll tell every sign this. You have to find that passion, you have to refine, your energetic outputs, how they've been taking you away from what really matters and maybe what really will benefit you in the long term. Prepare yourself. Another 6. Okay, so, this is kind of getting very obvious that 6 is talking about count your blessings. This is not talking about stay where you are and let the universe trample all over you. The universe wants to work with you, but you're holding on to things that are no longer yours. You're holding on to things that were not meant to be taken with you into this new chapter. Okay, there's words, there's especially through your mental realm. I'm feeling a lot of mental critical voices, telling me that I can't, telling me that I've failed, that this is no good, that I'm not prepared, that I'll never succeed, that I don't have what it takes. These are all things that need to be left in the past. To have that higher aspirational Capricorn energy really work for you, you have to listen to what it has to say, because it's not wrong. It tells you you are worthy. It tells you you can do it. And you have to have that mentality to climb the mountain of this month, so to speak, and to be successful, to learn what you need to learn. Okay, so there are certain things, absolutely, within the first week of the month that need to be left behind. January 7th, Venus enters Sagittarius, which I think is very direction-oriented as far as our relationships. The people who have always been there, the people who have been with you through thick and thin, people who aren't just what they say, but what they do, people who really show you how they feel. This is talking about a relationship that is long-term, that is meant to stay in your life, that is, less exciting potentially, but more fruitful in the long run. Okay, so 7 of water, intuition, love, and knowledge. Toward the middle of the month, we also, I forgot to mention, have a new moon in Capricorn on January 6th. So new moons always bring new auspicious opportunities. They kind of give us a blank slate to manifest. This is really coming to you strong, Libra, to write it down, to listen to your intuition. This is the Two of Cups, so some of you may be involved with a water sign. This is talking about emotional partnerships, right? Because partnerships are not always on an emotional level, but this one is. Where we see this happening for you is somewhere very profound in your emotional realm that sometimes gets overlooked as far as logistics go or your vision goes. It's very easy to say, oh yeah, they're just an emotional connection I have. No, it should be on a much more profound level. This is what's alchemizing. This is what's teaching you. You're coming together with this person. They're working with you. Maybe on a more logistic business partner orientation. Not only that, but they share an understanding of your vision. So if there is an emotional connection between you guys and you are romantic partners, great. You guys are going to be awesome at what you're doing. If not, this person comes into your life to show you that you can do it, and it's a lot easier than you thought. So this is a really good card. I really want to say that this is a Cancer. We have the Chariot at the bottom of the deck. So this is to say here that, you've found maybe your love, that you need to accept it. You need to embrace it. There may be some resistance to really connecting with people, really putting, your heart in someone's hands. But this person has very gentle hands. They're not gonna ruin your progress. They're only gonna emphasize it. Okay, so intuition. Aha. So, I suspect some of you are entrepreneurs. I suspect some of you are very artistic, working with your hands, like we had discussed. Some of you may be energy workers, tarot readers, artists nonetheless. We see something coming through your intuition as a divine insight as to how you make your money, how you can incorporate more integrity into your work, more integrity into your business, how you can reap a harvest when it really comes time. This is Venus going into Sagittarius, okay? This is very, very cool because this really just embodies or verifies here the kind of energies we're receiving from the cosmos, where our crafts are really going to be at the forefront of our mind. We have 2 3s nonetheless, which is talking about something long-term. When I think of a 3, I think of a triangle and how the pyramids were built in the design of a triangle and how it's the most sturdy, strong, equal-sided, resistant shape we can make in this manifested physical realm. We see the 3 stars stacked up in his craft. So it's something that, as a mountaintop, you see from the bottom as being this vast, just enormous feat. At the very bottom it looks huge, that the things that you have to do. But really, and in reality, this is telling you what you're doing now. Maybe that groundwork is going to continue to build. It's going to continue to manifest. And once you have reached the pinnacle, so to speak, it's going to be yours. It's going to be something that is authentic to you. It's going to be something you birthed. It's going to incorporate different aspects of you that have been otherwise hidden away from the world. And it's just not even done you justice at all. I want to see more of this. I want to see you be fruitful in this energy. I want to see you share this with others. I want to see you come out with it and express yourself and really just own your authenticity. Where we see this too is something new beginning in terms of your craft. So, what you've been working on so far has maybe provided you a bit of a harvest, but something different comes in your life where then, your intuition just expands, it lights up, and that this is the right step, this is the next thing to do, and that a lot of people will be interested in this. Maybe not at first, you might have to incorporate this a little bit to get some notice, but word travels fast with this energy. So love and knowledge, love and knowledge. I sing sometimes because I gotta calm down the energy. All right. Whoa. Wow. Okay, so we have a 4 of Wands in Judgment. One of the things that I think is most significant for a Libra to realize, and we reawaken all the time. So there's not just one awakening in life, though we sometimes think of our initial awakening as like the awakening. And that's true, right? You don't experience much like the awakening, your initial awakening. But then again, there's awakenings that happen, reawakening every month, every day, every hour, every time you go to sleep. There's news, there's realizations. And what you're realizing here is as soon as you step out of judgment, you can have everything you want. As soon as you step out of judgment, then you realize the path forward is clear. Once you step out of judgment, you realize that the path that you've already traveled has such significance. There's no longer a need for suffering. There is no longer a need to stay where you are and to ask for help from the universe. The universe has arrived. The universe has arrived, and it's showing you to step outside of judgment and to let yourself move forward in such a way that is full of love, full of partnership, full of high aspirations, full of knowledge and wisdom and experience, to then not only step outside of judgment for yourself, for your own peace of mind, but then also to bring it back to others to see that they can do it, right? One of the main reasons for knowledge and learning is so that we can then become the teachers. This is a master number year. We are going to become the teachers. So it is significant in the way that you digest this information. It is significant in the way that it comes to you. I'm kind of jealous, but I'm a Libra too, so hopefully this rings true for me too. I think that, whoever this is speaking to specifically, you have a lot to look forward to. This is not the end. This is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. And I see marriage. I see marriage. I see coupling. I see true love coming into your life. But it's as if you needed to take this independent step first, and then that partnership that's just emphasizing your life is like right there. It's just right there as you begin to move forward. We have Knight of Cups. So Knight of Cups resonates very strongly with the scribe as to say, this is how you're expressing yourself. This is how you're moving forward in a graceful way, but through understanding. You're really increasing your understanding. You're really increasing your awareness of self in ways that really resonate very strongly with others. So, with the scribe, I see you maybe writing some things down. You're definitely making keynotes, keywords, points to make, depth and sincerity to conversations, whereas it's not just like talking. It's not just small talk. It's maybe deep and meaningful conversations you're having in the future that feel new to you. It feels very exciting for you to have these new thoughts, to have these new conversations, to be coming out with it, to kind of be bearing all for the world. But, this carries a lot of momentum, and that this momentum means like you've got to continue to build it, right? You can't just, it's about walking the walk. It's really about walking the walk. It's about stability, solid foundations, getting down to earth, being a little bit conservative to then have that longevity. Not to be like a know-it-all, but then to just share your experiences. You have a choice. You have a choice here. You make the right choice. I know you do. I know you do. Because with the Knight of Cups and Page of Swords, it tells me that you are moving forward with a vision that is strong. You're not confused. Okay? And you may have to leave some things behind. Where the Eight of Cups comes in is to say, look, with choice, there are some Libras out there who are not in the right relationships, who know that there is someone else for them, who is calling them to them, through their energy, through their spiritual awarenesses, through their understanding of them, and this is coming out very clearly to me that if you do have a choice between two people, they could be a water sign, they could be an air sign. What I see too is that the dynamics of this energy is coming through you in such ways that really help you clarify this month. So if you've still been, kind of deciding whether this should be in your life or not, in the coming year, this is to say, look, you'll realize through your own intuition, you'll look to the moon for this. And Cancer rules the moon. This is going to be really clarified for you to understand that you don't have to rely on someone to move forward, but that you need to move forward with someone in mind, with some version of you in mind, and to leave some of the heavier insecurities behind. Because where this union is going is somewhere much more long-term, and it's going to support you long-term. So if you have a choice in mind as to who you want to be with, I would say go with the more grounded person. Go with the person who you feel you can really speak your mind to, that you guys have those deep conversations. But nonetheless, these choices are not meant to be with you through the next year. So there is a certain urgency in the clarity to say, look, you have the information. Now it's time to really move forward. Now it's time to really do it with the long term in mind. The Seven of Air. So the Seven of Air. We have still an indecision, Two of Pentacles. So this, I think, again, relates to the choice. We haven't quite got to the Seven of Air energy. This is definitely an ongoing decision that maybe someone is out there is really resonating with, saying, who is it? The Page of Swords, the Eight of Cups, and the Two of Pentacles just reiterates here what I'm saying. I don't know if I can get that much more specific based off of the information I have and it being a general reading. But if you are faced with a decision between two partners, or maybe there's a crossroads in your life, it looks like you're having a hard time moving forward because of the things that you feel will affect you emotionally. These emotional ties, the scarcity, the victimhood, the loneliness. Maybe there's even some sadness involved. This is not an easy decision to move forward from, but we're thinking long term, okay? And we see you kind of going back and forth where you know what is for you long term. You're just having a hard time leaving what's so easy and supportive for you now. And that's, again, something, of a hurdle to make when you're trying to reach those highest heights. So this is Aquarius season, okay? Aquarius being a air sign, and we have the sun as it transits into Aquarius season on the 21st of January. Okay, so this is like literally depicting your month. Everything that you'll come across within the month until you reach Aquarius season, where then there's an expansiveness over your mental energy. You don't feel so conflicted. You don't feel so burdened. And you're really thinking long term. You're thinking about something that you just birthed. And that you actually, I don't feel you have to let go of too much. This may be just insecurities. This may be just heaviness within your energy. Of course, if you're an energy healer, you're going to be taking on a lot from the holidays. You're going to be taking on a lot from these new endeavors and high aspirations. And stay grounded. Have that vision in mind. And you will be just fine. I'm going to pull one more card from my Spirit Oracle deck. And we're going to sum up the reading here. Silver vibrations. So just as you may feel at the end of this reading, there's going to be some stormy kind of mental energies. Whenever I see this card, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's bad. There's a lot of really good colors. There's like a lot of depth and a lot of light, and we're kind of like mixing the two, and it's making this very abstract kind of visionary perspective, but then it's also kind of hard to navigate, to really make sense of. So that's, again, I'm an intuitive empath, and of course, you know me, I will feed off of the energy in the reading, and I just feel like toward the end of the reading, it wasn't so clear. Toward the end of the reading, you went back and you reverted to some of the insecurities. You went back and reverted to some of the emotional offsets that you've had struggled with in the past over making choices and maybe involving some union in your life. So where we see silver vibrations is to just say, things are working out for you. Don't worry. Things are coming to you in a very universal and cosmic way. If you don't have the information at the end of the month, you will. Just be patient. We also have a super blood moon in Leo, which is again this sun card, and the Four of Wands, and the Six of Wands. You know, that we see some of this playing out in your month as far as eclipse goes. You know, this is an eclipse. This is something that will highlight where you're going and where you have been. We have Capricorn really embodying nostalgia. We have it, you know, kind of covering vintage and old school and throwbacks and memories that, you know, are coming up to the surface to say, is this what you're basing your actions off of? And if so, if you are basing your actions off of something that's happened in the past, you're not going to get as far as you were to base your actions upon how you feel now. And that's where judgment comes in. So don't get stuck on this judgment, okay? Your vibration is being raised to a higher level. You may be feeling that you are in this world, but somehow not of this world. This is the magic of creation at work in your life. As silver starlight enters your aura, your energy field is strengthened, giving you a clearer connection to spirit and revealing the greater purpose of your life. Very cool stuff, Libra. I hope that all of this transpires for us very gracefully and that we get all of the information we need within the Capricorn season. I hope that this resonated with you. If you did resonate with this reading, don't forget to like and subscribe and share with your Libra friends. Of course, my name is Chandler Christine, and if you're interested in a personal reading, you can always visit my website at chandlerchristine.com. If you'd like to stay updated with me and my personal life, as well as my kitten Nova that you saw last month, you can always follow me on Instagram at ChandlerTheLight. I would love to connect with you there. And have a great January and a great 2019. Bye, Libra.